Greetings, Hamilton families. I'm Miss Pouncey, your very, very proud principal. I'm so excited to welcome our families to Back to School Night. I am also excited to be able to share with you some of the amazing things that we have going on here at Hamilton. I want to be able to show you all the programming so that you can continue to partner with us as we ensure that all of our Hawks receive the most high quality education. So let's get started. Each year, we have a school theme. This year, our theme is Imprints on the Heart. We want to make sure that all of our interactions with colleagues and staff members, with our students, with our families, and with our community members, we want to ensure that all of those interactions leaves a positive imprint on the heart. We are the Hawks here at Hamilton, and we say hard work is Hawk work. Again, I am Ms. Pouncey, your very proud principal. My email is npouncey@bcps.k12.md.us. Of course, at a school with 830 students and over 100 plus staff members, there's a whole team of people who help support all the work that we do each day. One of those very important members is Mrs. Muhammad. She is our assistant principal over middle school. Her email address is zmuhammad@bcps.k12.md.us. Mrs. Randall is our assistant principal over elementary school. Her email address is lharris04@bcps.k12.md.us. You can reach out to any one of us for any questions, wondering, shout outs, concerns. We are always here and available for our families. At Hamilton, we really want to ensure that we stay anchored in our vision and our mission. Our vision here at Hamilton is that we will inspire all students to recognize and cultivate their individual and their collective gifts as they realize their power to impact the world. We truly believe each of our students has a gift, and it's our duty to ensure that we help to cultivate those gifts. We have our vision, but also our mission. Our mission is that at Hamilton, the student is at the center of our work, and they guide our purpose. We provide our students with equity of access to enriching educational experiences to ignite a sense of wonder as they explore their limitless potential. We foster an environment that values social-emotional learning, arts integration, STEM education, and academic rigor. We are the Hawks, and so our Hawk pledge. H is for hardworking. We set goals and we strive to reach them. We are accountable. We will own our choices, actions, and words. We are welcoming. We respect and embrace all members of our diverse community. We are kind. We keep our hands, feet, and hurtful words to ourselves. And we are self-motivated. We have the power to shape our destiny. We are Hawks. Your students should know the vision, the mission, and the Hamilton Hawks pledge. We say these each and every day. We also have all of this information posted in our hallways as well as in our classroom. So maybe you could ask them, what is a Hawk? As I just stated, our students are truly at the center of our hard work. They are the reason. They are our reasons and your reasons too. As we talk about imprints on the heart, I wanted to share with you this quick picture. That is a picture of myself over the summer, as well as my two sisters and our 5th grade teacher. Miss Isabel taught us at Calvin Rodwell Elementary School. This past summer, she celebrated her 50th wedding anniversary, and her kids surprised her by bringing in her former students. Now, this was over 30 plus years ago. But I could certainly tell that we left an imprint on Mrs. Isabel, and she certainly left a huge imprint on our hearts. We know that the work we do every day can change lives. And your students, honestly, they impact our hearts, and oftentimes they are the reasons that we can continue to keep shining and keep moving. And so I want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing your most beautiful blessings to be able to enter into our schoolhouse and truly, truly change our lives, as we hope we are also impacting theirs. More of our Hawks. So, some logistics. As you know, we start school at 7:30 a.m. Once 7:40 hits, students are begin to be marked late. Breakfast starts at 7:10 a.m. Dismissal is at 2:10 p.m. and on half days, we dismiss at 11:10 a.m. If your student would like breakfast, we would like them to be here by 7:30 so they can get to school on time. If they are running a little late, we do allow for breakfast a few minutes after entry so that students who come a little late can still get breakfast. But ultimately, we want to make sure all our Hawks are in their classroom ready for instruction as early as possible. Some of our district and Hamilton goals. Science. We are really lifting up science and ensuring that our students have the opportunity for those hands-on science experiments. K-2 intervention. We want to make sure we have a strong literacy and foundational skills that we are setting the stage for our earliest learners. We are doing a school-wide book study on culturally responsive teaching in the brain. We want to make sure we have legendary customer service at every level, and that definitely includes our parent engagement. And lastly, continuous two-way communications with families around student performance. Those are some of our top priorities for the district as well as for Hamilton. Now it's time to talk about some celebrations. We have so many things to celebrate here at Hamilton. For one, Hamilton's literacy department was recognized for its growth in K-2 reading. In addition, the literacy department was recognized for accelerated growth in our middle school grades. Our special education team was recognized for increasing the amount of students serviced in the inclusive setting. Hamilton was also recognized for decreasing the amount of students chronically absent. We were also recognized for progress monitoring rates in elementary school and also ensuring that we provided time to reteach those very important skills and also giving our students an opportunity to reassess in our math department. We were also recognized for implementing our school-wide positive behavior system. We were also recognized for our arts integration and also offering our diverse courses for our students in our resource program. We were recognized for improving our ESOL proficiency levels, as well as proficiency level increases in our Maryland State MCAP assessment in both math and literacy. We increased by 10% in literacy and 3% in math. Those are just some of the accomplishments that we had this past year. In order for us to have these accomplishments and for our students to continue to grow and thrive, attendance is such a critical part of ensuring that our students can meet the highest levels of success. Chronic absenteeism. Chronic absenteeism is when 10% or more of the school year is missed. If we are in school for 10 days and a student has missed one day, they are already considered chronically absent. So for instance, once we get to day 40, if a student has missed 4 days, they are considered chronically absent. When we get to day 70 of the school year, if a student has missed 7 days, they are chronically absent. By the end of the school year, when we have reached all 180 days, If a student has missed 18 or more days, they are considered chronically absent. We never want our students to reach that point. Parents, please, you need to send in written and signed documentation of an absence to get it excused. You can email your homeroom teacher or send a dojo message, but this is only for notification. If you want an excused absent, you must send a signed letter in or send in the doctor's note. Even if an absence is excused, it still counts as being absent. And of course, the students must make up all work. Again, attendance is so critical. We do not want any of our students to ever make it to the chronically absent list. We do understand that things happen, and that's why we do have excused absences, but it's still considered being absent. If you have any questions or concerns, we have an attendance team, so please do not hesitate to reach out to Assistant Principal Randall, who helps oversee our attendance committee. So when your child is absent, a teacher, a paraeducator, a social worker, or administrator will call home. After 3 days absent, a letter is sent home as well as another call. After 5 days absent, a letter is sent home as well as a call home. After 7 days absent, our student support team referral will be completed by the teacher, and the guidance counselor will reach out to the parent for a parent conference. We really hope to never have to get to that point because it escalates to when then we may make recommendations for truancy court. Our culture and climate. So here in Hamilton, we have our Positive Behavior Intervention and Supports, PBIS. This supports students' behaviors with academic, social, emotional, and mental health. We also have Class Dojo. It's a celebration system for our students, and it also helps connect our families. You get to see when your scholars are earning those points. So please make sure you're connected to Class Dojo. During back to school night, if you're not connected, you can get connected right here and now. We also have a second step partnership. This is our social emotional learning program. It also helps to strengthen our students' skills in very areas. We also have restorative practices where we practice community building and restorative circles. And this year, we are also ensuring that we are working together with our school to lift up equity. And so we will have ongoing resources and opportunities as well as professional development for our staff to help ensure we are ensuring that our school is an equitable place for all. One of the ways that we really try to lean into is to ensure we're getting feedback from our families, from our staff, and from our students as we make decisions to determine how we can best support our students. Our student survey results, as you can see here on the screen, each year we provide a survey to our students so that we can hear directly from our students how they are feeling. Up here on the screen, you can see the survey results from school year 21-22 to school year 22-23. We are really excited that in most areas, we definitely see improvements. For instance, how much do you feel like you belong at your school? From 2021-22 to 22-23, we went from 66% of students to 71.7% of students who feel like they belong to their school. How connected do you feel to other students at your school? Again, that went up from 64 to 66%. Do you have a teacher or other adult at your school that you trust? That went up from 82% to 87%. Another area that went up substantially, how valued is your feedback within your school community? That went up from 48% to 74% in our students. So although we have many areas, the vast majority of our areas where we are seeing improvements, there are some areas that we did see a decline. For instance, we saw about a 1% decrease in, do you have a friend from school that you trust? We also saw a decrease in, overall, how safe do you feel at your school? That went from 70% to 65%. And finally, the last area that went down was if you're a bully or witness bullying at your school, how easy is it for you to get help from an adult? That went from 64% to 59%. And so this feedback is so crucial as we decide what resources and support so we need to put in place to ensure that all of our students feel connected, feel heard, feel valued, and feel safe. As I stated in the previous slides, we are the Hawks, hardworking, accountable, welcoming, kind, and self-motivated. Again, you could quiz your kiddos to make sure they know what it means to be a Hawk. We have our class dojo points that we talked about, and we also lift up all of these Hamilton high fives in our classrooms, in our hallways, our cafeteria, and also in recess. We know we are Hawks in and outside of that building. Each month, we also focus on virtues. For the month of September, right now, our virtue is a growth mindset. October will be goal setting. November will be self-motivation. December will be compassion. January will be empathy. February is kindness. March is integrity. April is forgiveness. And May is acceptance. We also have other initiatives. We have a student of the month. We have a teacher or staff member of the month. We have classrooms of the month. We have Principal Pouncey's Pride and Joy, in which I pick an elementary and a middle school student each month. And we also ensure that all of these incentives, that they are aligned with our second step, which is our social emotional learning program. And so we want to make sure all of these pieces are connected. Our culture and climate plan also ensures that we have our restorative circles, monthly town hall meetings for our 4th through 8th graders. Again, we are also working in partnership with Dr. Lisa Williams to help lift up our equity work at our school, our school-wide book study on culturally responsive teaching in the brain. And we also have an equity committee that we are so excited to develop and start this school year. Instructional programming. Science matters. You can see all of our Hawk scientists who are already ready and digging in the earth, getting those answers that they need. You can see our scientists at work in our makerspace classroom. More scientists at work and in the classroom, discovering and trying out different configurations. We also love our scientists in the garden. We want to make sure that we are truly leaning into science. We have some work to do. Our 5th grade proficiency on our Maryland State Science Assessment was 12% proficiency, and our 8th grade proficiency level was 16%. We want to increase both of those proficiency levels by at least 10%. We want to do that by prioritizing science, ensuring that we have daily instruction, ensuring that it's fidelity in the curriculum, and having those hands-on science experiments, and also 100% of a unit test completion. We have to make sure that we are checking in and progress monitoring to see if our Hawks are really understanding what's going on, so that if not, we can dig a little deeper, and if so, we know we are ready to move on to the next level. In addition to science, we also want to make sure that we are leveraging our social studies. We have to prioritize science and social studies just as we do math and literacy. We know that it only supports our students' literacy growth. It is where they apply their reading and writing skills in authentic ways. And so we are lifting up our social studies in our science departments this year. In addition to social study and science, we are, of course, also focusing on literacy. As you can see, our literacy data from our K through 5th grade last school year, from in kindergarten, in the beginning of the school year, we started off with 38% of our students at or above grade levels. And this was based on our DIBELS assessment. Our DIBELS assessment stands for Dynamic Indicator of Basic Early Literacy Skills. So these are our early literacy skills for our K through 5th grade. As you can see, based upon the chart, in the beginning of the school year, our kindergarten students started off at 38% of our students who were performed at or above benchmark. Next column is our mid-year, which is MOY, was 61%. And by the end of the year, 74% of our students in kindergarten performed at or above benchmark. Each grade level is represented from K through 5th grade. As you can see, overall, we had substantial growth in our K through 5 literacy department. Overall, we started off at 43% of our students in K through 5 at or above benchmark. By the end of the school year, we were at 62%. Our goal for next school year is to keep pushing. We are starting at 62%, but we would like to be at 71% by the end of this school year. We got this. Let's go, Hawks. In addition to our K through 5 literacy, we also do our iReady assessment, which also helps us understand overall reading levels. We were able to increase the number of students at or above grade level by 9%, and we were able to decrease the amount of students reading below grade level by 7%. And this was for our middle school, which is often, the older you get, sometimes it seems to be a little more challenging to move the data. We are so proud of our middle schoolers who continue to soar high and above. This is our Maryland assessment, our MCAP assessment results. You can see how the state of Maryland did versus Baltimore City, also versus Hamilton. So in Hamilton, 36% of our students scored at or above grade level for our state assessment. You can see in the green versus the Baltimore City and Maryland. And so we are surpassing the Baltimore City rates, and we are catching up right there with the Maryland State rates for our assessments for literacy. Just like our literacy, this is our Maryland State Assessment, MCAT results for math. As you can see, Maryland versus Baltimore City versus Hamilton. Hamilton has 16% of students scoring distinguished or proficient, and versus Baltimore City, and also versus Maryland. And so again, Hamilton is performing above the Baltimore City's average, and we are closing in onto that Maryland State average. We want to continue to grow here at Hamilton. Our students who receive special education services are 75 students, and these students are anywhere from kindergarten through 8th grade. And disabilities can include special speech and language or specific learning disabilities, intellectual disabilities, and emotional disabilities. Our students also receive a variety of services from occupational therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy, counseling, or psychological services. Students receive primarily services in their general education setting. It's really important that we understand that for our students who receive special education services, that requires instruction, and that requires them to qualify for an IEP first. But before we suspect a disability, we must consider other factors such as attendance, COVID, or lack of instruction. We want to make sure we've implemented all the supports and services before we move on to the IEP process. There are many interventions and supports that we have in place, so if you have any concerns, it's always your first step to reach out to your child's teacher. We believe all students can learn, and special education is a service, not a location. Our amazing IEP chair, Mrs. Watson, email address, ahwatson@bcps.k12.md.us. She's always a wealth of knowledge and a valuable resource to our community. We also have our ESOL services, so English language learners. We have 48 multilingual students this year so far, 36 Spanish speakers, 7 Arabic speakers, and then we have the rest who speak Bengali, Swahili, Chinese, Creole, and Tagalog. Approximately half are US born. And so we have many students from all over the world. And as we said, our Hawk is welcoming. We embrace all members of our diverse and amazing community. Hats off to our amazing ESOL department, who now includes 3 members. We're really excited about our ESOL team. In addition, I know we all have heard about the Maryland State Report Card. For our ESOL services, the maximum points you can receive is 10. I'm so proud of our ESOL team and our students. We were able to receive 8.1 out of 10 points. We are well on our way to ensuring that all of our students receive the highest of quality of education. I know we talked about a lot, but one thing I want to make sure that I ground us in is understanding our specific goals so we know exactly where we're trying to go. Our literacy goal for this year, as we just talked about, our MCAP proficiency for school year 23-24 is 40%. Last year, we were at 36%, so we want to increase that number to 40% of our students who are at or above proficiency levels. Our graduation goal this year, just as we just discussed, for our K-5 students, we would like them to score to be 71% or more to be at or above benchmark. If you remember, we ended at 61%, so we want to increase that by 10%. We also would like to, for our middle school students, we would like to reduce the number of students who have a GPA of less than 2.0%. And so we ended the year at 6.9% of our 6th through 8th grade students with a GPA less than 2.0. We would like to decrease that number to 6.2%. We want to make sure all of our Hawks are meeting success in the classroom. For math, as we previously discussed, we would like to increase our MCAP proficiency levels. We are now at 16.5%. We would like to increase that to 21%. For science, again, as we discussed, we want to increase our 5th grade proficiency levels in our science assessment from 12% to 22%, and our 8th grade assessment from 16% to 26% in our science assessment. We've also discussed attendance. We would like to decrease the number of students who are chronically absent. For school year 23-24, the percent of students who will be chronically absent will be 25% or lower. We ended the year last year at 29%. So we want to bring that number down to 25%. That was a lot of information, a lot of goals. How are we going to get there? We want to make sure we align our schedules for our ESOL and our SPED teachers to ensure they are at the table and they are part of collaboration. We want to make sure that we are leveraging highly effective small group instruction. Also, we want to ensure that we are doing reteaches. So the students do not grasp that skill. We want to make sure we are reteaching those skills and also ensuring that we are providing assessments and reassessments for our students. We want to make sure we are utilizing our personalized platforms. We want to make sure, again, that we are doing collaborative team meetings where we're setting goals, we're monitoring academic progress, and we're analyzing lesson plans in small group sessions, as well as practicing our pacing. We want to also make sure that our classroom teachers, our intervention teachers, and our paraeducators are collaborating together to ensure that they are providing those small group instructions for our students at least 3 times a week. And we want to make sure that our student learning plans are in place to ensure students and parents are at the center of our goal setting. Parents Families, you are a very, very huge piece of this puzzle that we are all trying to put together. We also want to make sure that arts everyday partnerships, and we are including our resource teachers. This includes chorus, band, fine arts, PE, foreign language, dance, nature exploration, and technology. We know that we want to look at our students holistically. We do daily coaching and check-ins with the admin teams, and our leads for literacy and for math and for science and social studies. Our literacy nights, science nights, math nights, the school-wide dojo we talked about, and our second step for our social emotional learning program. We also have after-school enrichment programs that you'll be learning about within the next week, and also our coach class, as well as our tutoring programs that we will have for our families. I know that was a lot of information. All of this will be emailed out to you, this entire slide. I just wanted to make sure that you knew of all of the amazing programs that we have in place for your scholars here at Hamilton. In addition to all those programming options, we also have a paraeducator for every single grade level. We have 3 special educators in middle school and 3 special educators in elementary school. We have an educational associate for elementary school and an educational associate for middle school. We also have an educational associate over culture, climate, wholeness, and equity. We have 2 reading intervention teachers, 1 for middle school and 1 for elementary school. We also have 2 math intervention teachers, 1 for middle school and 1 for elementary school. We have a literacy coach, a math coach, a science coach, and a gifted and advanced learning lead. We have 1.5 ESOL teachers and a full-time ESOL paraeducator. And we also have a community school specialist this school year. We are so incredibly excited for all the additional staff members that we have now at our school that really can support all of our learners. And just as we just talked about, all of the new staff members, one very important position I want to make sure I lift up is our community school site specialist, Mrs. Fitz. Mrs. Fitz actually started off as a parent here at Hamilton, and she has been with us for many years now. So we were so excited when we were able to have this additional opportunity for her to continue to help grow our community. And so Ms. Fitz will be having various sessions for you to get to know her better, to learn more about her. But the main thing we really want you to know that her main job here is to help connect all of us, connect the families, the partnerships, to just continue to grow and provide those additional resources for our school-wide community. There are 4 main pillars that come along with being a community school. So integrated student supports, expanded and enriched learning time and opportunities, active family and community engagement, and collaborative leadership and practices. Ms. Fitz is so excited to partner and support school-based initiatives to elevate the community and to elevate the family voices. Again, help to bring in more resources into our school community, and also to help share those resources out and continue to cultivate that 2-way partnership that aligns the vision and needs of the school, and also to ensure that students have opportunity to reach those successes, and also support with after-school programming and clubs. One of the things that Ms. Fitz is also leading this year are our chat and choose. I know you probably heard a lot about those this week, and you'll be seeing that every single month. And that's an opportunity for families to come directly to us, for you to hear from various staff members, not just me. Although I'm the principal, there are a ton of people. We have a huge village of people who get this work done every single day. And so at these chat and choose, you will be hearing from various members of our community, and we'll also be able to chat and chew and hear directly from you. And those will be every single month. Again, there are some upcoming initiatives that we will be supporting and talking about. That includes Donuts with Grown-Ups. as well as our literacy and our math nights. Again, Ms. Fitz will be getting that information out to all of our families. An important deliverable that we are listing up right now, our annual verification, our SLPs, and our handbook. We want to make sure all families have access to all that information, and you will get that information at back to school night from your teachers. Annual verification. Please use this QR code if you have not already completed the annual verification process. All families must complete the annual verification. You can utilize this QR code, which can help you with a step-by-step process for you to log into Campus Portal and for you to then be able to update all of your information to ensure we have everything we need to ensure your students are ready to go. So please, if you have not already, please take the time right after this presentation to do your annual verification. Again, this information will also be provided to you in your child's classroom for back to school night. For back to school night, the reason why you're here, these are schedules. All of these schedules will also be emailed out to you. Families will be able to see exactly when they can go into their child's classroom. You also will have time to see all of your child's resource teachers, as well as visit our vendors. We have over 10 vendors here who were so excited to come out to Hamilton to share these resources with you. And we also have the book fair. And so you will be able to rotate from your child's teacher to the vendors, to the book fair, as well as seeing the resource team. And this is the schedule that will be emailed out to you for our elementary families, as well as for our middle school families. These are just the schedules, and again, they will all be mailed out to you. All right, we are nearing the end, but I wanted to make sure before we end it, I talk to you a little bit about how families can support. So, continuing to partner with your child's teacher, communicate any concerns, reinforce school policies, including but not limited to cell phone use, uniforms, latenesses, attendance, early dismissals, and social media use. As a reminder, no cell phones are allowed during the school day. You can reach out to your child's teacher via Class Dojo or call the main office if you need to leave a message for your child. Read math tips sent home by your child's teacher or posted in Class Dojo and help students with their math facts. Read with your child to increase reading fluency. Check your child's grades on Campus Portal on a weekly basis. And also check your child's book bag and folders on a regular basis. This will help ensure that you stay connected to what's going on in the schoolhouse. We have an amazing PTA. We truly believe that we are stronger together. If you have not already, hopefully you have, but if you've not already joined the PTA, or if you want to learn more, please don't hesitate to reach out to our Hamilton PTA. The email address is hamiltonemspta@gmail.com. We really will hope that you would take just a few minutes to provide us feedback. As you can see, we truly take in all of the feedback from our stakeholders. That is what has helped us to grow substantially so much over the years by listening to our people. So please take the time to give us some feedback. I hope you enjoy our back to school night celebration. The teachers cannot wait to tell you all about your students. I will be in the cafeteria from 4 to 4:30 when we are serving dinner to talk to all of you. I will also be in the main lobby to also talk and answer any questions that you may have. It is truly my honor to serve as your principal here. I would not want to be with any other school community. I thank you all so very much. Please enjoy your time here. And, remember, hard work is hawk work. Go Hawks. Thank you all so much.